Morning. It's a lovely morning here. I was going to go live on YouTube this morning and I thought I'll just pop on as I am, no makeup and no nail varnish and everything. And well, it's telling me that I have to activate it and that's going to take 24 hours. So I've decided I'm going to record something and then upload it. So that's what I'm up to now. At least that way I can trim it or edit it if I want to. So first of all, I'm going to show you a little bit about my work in progress, a few things on the go here, and then maybe a little bit of demonstrating as well. The first thing I'm doing, look, is my next face, which is a Picasso copy. Well, it's not a copy, I'm just being inspired by Picasso in this one. This part is very much part of one of his faces, so I've copied that as well. This end in Picasso's work is very complicated, too many bits and pieces for me, so I've made it very simple by just doing one of my closed eyes at this side. So that's my work in progress. Another face. Okay, there we go. The other one I'm doing is my socks, of course. Here they are. This one I've managed to turn the heel at the bottom, and it's beginning to grow a bit. I'm not quite sure how I'm designing this one. I have got a pattern, a book, but I'm absolutely useless at following patterns, especially with something as complicated as this. And this bit here I think has to be decreased in a sort of diagonal line here coming from that corner. So I'll be just as I come around this corner I shall be decreasing it and see what happens, if it works out or not. So that's my plan there. The other thing I'm going to talk about is welts, or my mum always used to call this part of your cardigan the welt, but I know people call it the rib at the bottom, and so that's what I thought I'd mention today. I've got a jumper here. I've made several jumpers for Phil, and this is a jumper that I made for Phil using a latch hook. No pattern to it. I simply lay the one I've made out previously. I lay it out, and it's very straight up and down. And I think I did this one in the round. So when you start at the bottom, you just simply go round and round and round until you get to where the sleeves are going to be, and then you have to fit the sleeves in, and it hangs off the shoulder like this, so it's quite an easy pattern to do. There's no decreasing at the top here. It's quite a simple thing to do. So, well, I'm saying simple, that's how I make his jumpers. So this is one that has been going on for some time. This is an earlier jumper that I made for Phil. Similar colours, and I've got this little extra bit that I put in. I thought that was quite nice to do the overlay stitch, and just as I was going along, quite randomly really, putting these overlay stitches in. Again, it was done with my latch hook. Okay, and I used Stylecraft yarns for this, and he's worn it and worn it. It's washed. It still looks nice when it's done. And when I said I was talking about ribs, this cuff here has been done that many times, and it's starting to go again, look. So I'm going to be making some more cuffs. That one there. Let's have a look at the other one. That's beginning to look a bit worn as well, and it isn't that long since I actually replace these cuffs, and you can see I've had to strengthen the outside of it and all sorts, but it's starting to go again. But there's still a lot of life left in this jumper, so I thought, right, I'll make some new cuffs. But I thought I would do it a little bit differently. This rib stitch here is rather nice. I did it on here when I did the welt for my, well, you might have seen this before. This is my jacket that I did with the face on the back. Okay, and this has got a very, very nice wide rib for the, I did two, didn't I? The one that went across the bottom, which is rather long, and if you're doing something like this, you just simply have to measure and do a straight one there, and then you've got the other one that goes up and round your neck. And when I started doing this one, I looked on the internet and found a rib stitch to do with crochet. And what you do is you work into the back. This one has been worked into the back loop of the stitch. I think it's double crochet, but when you work it, you work into the back of the stitch, and it forms this like little ridge. I hit this, and it looks rather like as if it's been knitted. So I thought I'll have a go at doing this for Phil's jumper. Here we go. And this time, instead of actually attaching it to the jumper, as I've done before with his jumpers, I'm going to do it in a similar way as I did for my jacket. So I'm going to make the rib, and then I'll stitch it on. The cuff. This is the cuff. So that's what I'm doing. Only again, I thought I'd try something a little bit different, because when I was doing the jacket there, and when I was doing my socks here, this rib, it tells you to crochet into the back loop. Well, what I've been doing here, just for an experiment, is I'm actually crocheting into the front loop, and it's working out quite well. It's looking to me like it's going to come out quite well. So what I'm doing is I'm crocheting into the first loop. That's always the most difficult one to find with your latch hook. And I'm yarning over first, because I'm doing a half treble, and then pulling it all through three stitches. So I'm yarning over, hook into the front loop. I've got 3 stitches on my hook, and then 3 loops on my hook, and then pull it through. Yarn over. And I do like this stitch for when I'm using my latch hook, because it's just easy to pull through all 3 stitches on the hook. So that's what I'm actually doing here. Making a rib for Phil's jumper. When you get to the end, I'll just chain 1 and turn, and then hook into the front loop. I say that first one's quite tricky to get hold of. And of course, yarn over first. And off we go. Yarn over, hook into the front loop. Like that. So that's what I'm up to. That's growing, look, as I'm working it. When you get to the end, I just chain 1 and then find the first loop. I keep forgetting to yarn over. There we go, yarn over. And I'll do that as long as the wrist, the cuff needs to go around the wrist. That's looking quite good. Okay, so that's that. And just to finish off this video, which is going to be quite short, I'll show you something else that I'm doing at the moment. I don't know if you've seen this in any of my videos. This is a absolutely fantastic, almost tapestry-like crochet. It's a very large picture, and I was gifted this with somebody who designed this for me, and that's my little caravan. That's me, and these are the children coming to a latch hook party. And what I'm doing here is I'm crocheting all the way around the outside. When Bonnie did this for me, she said, I've left the border for you to do, and I'm quite happy about doing that. And so this border is done in black, and I've managed to do quite a few rows of it now. So I just thought I'd show you where I'm at with it, working round, and tell you about the stitch that I'm using. So what I'm doing here, when you're using a latch hook, one of the things when we're doing faces and pictures is I suggest that you can actually do it with 2 stitches, chain and slip stitch, and that way you make a bridge, and I call this a bridges method. So I'm not using a bridges method here, but I am making a hole for us to go in. So I hook into the hole, and I'm going to show you these holes. Let me just put it like this so you can see the holes. There, you can see them against the wall, these holes in the top. Okay, they're still like little bridges because they've got holes in them. You can see them there in front of my finger. Okay, so to make those holes, I hook in and I do a double crochet. So that's, we've got two loops on my hook, and I pull it, yarn over and pull it through, and that's a double crochet. Then I chain 2, and then I hook under the next loop and do a double crochet, and then 2 chains, and then hook under the next one. So I'll bring this closer to you so you can maybe see a little bit of what I'm doing. You might be able to see this. I'm using a very small hook, look. It's actually a machine tool that I use with my knitting machine. So yeah, I'm going to chain 2, 1, 1, 2, and then I'm going to hook into that next hole there. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and make a double crochet, and then 2 chain, 2 chain, find the next, hook in to the next under there. So easy to find when you've made holes for the latch hook to go in, because of course your latch hook has got a rounded end rather than a pointed end like a traditional hook. So I'll just do a little few of those so you can see how I can get going with this. 2 chain, hook in, yarn over, double crochet, 2 chain, hook in, trying to be clever now, yarn over, double crochet, 2 chain, hook in, yarn over, double crochet, 2 chain, hook in, yarn over, double crochet, 2 chain. So you can get going quite fast because you've got those holes to work into that you've made on the previous row with your 2 chain. There we go. And it's quite nice because although you've got those holes, when you pull it tight, it makes quite a nice thickish fabric. It's not a holey fabric when you look at it down the side like that. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to say goodbye. If you're watching this, which I'm hoping to upload it now to YouTube, if you're watching this, then don't forget to press subscribe. That's the circle of hearts. Press that. Comment if you like. Tell me what you think to the video, And there's another thing that you can do which I haven't mentioned before, and that is just to press the like. And we'll see how many people just like the video. If you haven't got much time to make a comment and type something in there, then just press the like button to say that you like it. I hope you do like it. If you don't like it, I suppose you can press the don't like button. But we want you to press the like if you like. Okay, so bye for now.